Welcome back, Bearcast fans. We're up here at practice at the West Branch Bears. This is our midweek report brought to you by Main Street Suites, Stephen and Jessica Grace, always a great sponsor. And I'm up here with Jason Miller, and we're going to talk just a little bit about the Regina game, and then we're just looking forward to Friday night and the Wilton game. So what stands out in your mind as far as how the Bears played Friday night with Regina?
They were physical. And I think the other word I have is methodical. Because you look at up front, Regina, let's be honest, they had a wonderful game plan defensively to really limit West Branch early on. But I think the physicality of West Branch, the size of West Branch wore them out. You saw towards the end of the game along the front line that there would be guys really getting their air where it seems like the West Branch kids weren't. But, you know, they've been really decimated a little bit by injury, but I think they're getting healthy at the right time. But West Branch held them to 101 yards. That's pretty good.
Well, and another defensive shutout, beating Regina is special, but shutting them out is phenomenal. And then I thought Coach Hirschman had a phenomenal calls during the game that made the difference.
And he had the most quiet. It seemed like he had about 45 carries, but he had a very quiet 25 carries, which seems like, 20, that's a lot. 150 yards very quietly, put a good night up. And Ty Hughes really started off slow, Mike, but we saw he's got it going. He was 6 of 15 at halftime. After the half, 8 for 8 in the second half. Really started to settle in. Unfortunately, he's only completing 70% of his passes now, but he really settled in, and I think this team got some confidence, and you can see it continued to build.
Oh, yeah, and multiple receivers, and that's what helps. So this week we go down to Wilton, and I'm just going to throw Wilton Junction down there. And we'll play this is our last district game. We win this one. We go through the season undefeated. We're undefeated district champs. So the Bears got to be heads up for this one. This could be one of those watch-out games.
It is. It's a watch-out game because you look at Wilton, statistically speaking, they are they're in the top tier of this district, Mike, for getting yardage from the quarterback is the top passer in the league, 860 yards passing. And they've got the number 3, 4, and 5 receivers in this league by yardage. And the funny thing about them, they're all sophomores, but one junior with all their skill position players will return. 8 sophomore starters. This is a team to watch out for in the future. I think they got out quickly this year. They've kind of taken their lumps as they've got into some of the meat of the Durant, the Meepo, Regina, and West Branch. But this is a team you got to watch out for, and they don't really have a playoff opportunity they're not going to make the playoffs. But what they can do is play really hard and try to knock West Branch off the undefeated season.
And it would make their senior night. Last home game, to beat the number 1 ranked team and undefeated would make their year. So the Bears are going to come into this game. Every game they've been mentally tough. They've been right in there from the get-go, and I would expect nothing else.
I think that's really fallen into the all-in motto of this team this year, that every game they're all in for this game, not the next game. And just to tie it up for you, then you can clean it up. You talked about the undefeated season. If I did the work right, I think if it happened, it would be the 19th time that the Bears have finished undefeated during the regular season. That would be, but they're only worried about 2022.
Right, absolutely. And this will be our what time in the playoffs? 30th time. Yeah, just an incredible string of runs of this program always being up every year. I mean, we don't disappear, like some teams do. They'll go from a playoff team to now 2-7 or something like that. The Bears are in every game, every season. So.
Tradition never graduates, but they've really kept it up and rebuild it. And you'd think that it was going to fall off this year. Oh, no. They're doing very, very well at the right time, building into the playoffs.
And we want to give a shout-out to Stephen Grace's undefeated 7-0 fresh soft team.
They got a chance to go 8-0, was it? Monday night at Wilton as well.
At Regina. So great job by them. So the Bears are building. So on behalf of the Bearcast, go Bears.